Hi, my name is Sam Brewer. I'm speaking for the banning of junk food vending machines in all our school and educational sites.
I'm Simon Jenkins and I'm speaking against the banning of junk food vending machines.
Junk food vending machines should be banned from all education sites due to the health issues that they encourage. Between 1985 and 1995, the rate of childhood obesity tripled in Australia and remains on the rise. Results from the 2007-2008 Australian's National Children's Nutrition and Physical Activity Survey discovered that 1 in 4 children aged 5 to 17 years are now either overweight or obese. This is not due to a lack of education. Australian schools have implemented programs for generations educating children on the value of healthy eating, such as Healthy Harold, Healthy Kids, and even nutritional education in PDHPE class. The fault lies with the constant bombardment of advertising these children see on television, hear on the radio, and read on their smartphones about these so-called fantastic products that are so easily available to them via their school vending machine. Obesity is an epidemic that is on the rise in our country and goes alongside conditions such as heart disease, stroke, high blood pressure, diabetes, gallbladder disease, osteoarthritis, gout, and even some forms of cancer. A study performed by the Dietitians Association of Australia discovered that obese children have a 25 to 50% chance of becoming obese adults, and the chances are even higher for obese adolescents. A big reason for this high rate of obesity in our country is how easily accessed these unhealthy foods and beverages are compared to the healthy foods. The sad fact is that children exposed to this don't really stand a chance. Even if they are educated on the dangers of obesity caused by a high sugar and high fat diet, and a good example is set for them with healthy meals at home, it's far too difficult to monitor their diets at school. If they see a vending machine that has advertising on it literally designed to appeal to all their senses, how can you expect a child to be rational enough to ignore this temptation? If all of their friends eat lunch straight out of the vending machine, how can you expect a child to prioritize the health risks over fitting in with their friends? In 2012, 35% of Australians over the age of 18 were overweight or obese. This number is always increasing and is one of the biggest health issues in our country. Our best bet at preventing obesity is by fixing the problem in our youth so they do not develop these poor lifestyle habits before adulthood. And the most effective way of doing this is by removing the temptation and therefore removing the risk in our schools.
Vending machines are present in many education facilities throughout the country. They're an excellent way to provide food and beverages for these facilities, and an economical way too. Children and adults need food and water to function. Through the presence of these vending machines, it is possible for them to access the nutritional that is needed. The push for removing these vending machines out of education facilities is reliant on a flawed ethos. It is through free will that students and adults choose to participate in this unhealthy food source and to then ingest the said food source, which in turn is being blamed as the cause for obesity. With intelligent thinking, there are many solutions to reducing the amount of unhealthy food that is consumed in these education facilities, one of which is not by removing these economically sound and perfectly good sources of food and beverage availability. Through a proper education in healthy eating and physical exercise, we will be assisting the youth of our country to create further thinking and promote these youth to think for themselves. By removing these machines, all we are simply doing is to manipulate what they can buy from the school vending machine, when in reality, everything that is being eaten at home, a lack of physical exercise, and a lack of simple knowledge is what is really the cause of this problem. A risk analysis performed by Forshee, Story and Ginnivan explores the relationship between soft drink consumption from school vending machines and the risk of childhood obesity. The results of this analysis show that through the removal of soft drinks, vending machines, there was no impact in the reduction of BMIs in schools. This supports my claim that vending machines are simply another form of shop or way to purchase food. The real problem lies in the mindset and knowledge of the youth of our country. Education should not only be what is being taught in the classroom and at school, though also in their home environment. The website Green Kids Doc explains that there is a link between foods that are consumed at home and what children will choose to eat at school. One of the studies found on this website found that kids who are limited to 1 drink per day at home by their parents were significantly less likely to purchase soft drinks at school or consume soft drinks. Furthermore, the website also states that by providing a good example at home for your children, you will have a good understanding, and they will as well, and will generally also eat healthier food at school. Through simply having a good example shown to them at home. It is through education that we can fix the growing problem of obesity in our country, not through limiting and forcing the hand of students across the nation, which may work in the short term whilst at school, but will do nothing as soon as they are out of school.
Well, in 2006, the Health Behaviour in School-Aged Children administered a survey to children in the US from the 6th to the 10th grade. The idea of the survey was to examine the association between foods sold in the vending machine and the dietary behaviours of the students. The study showed that in 83% of schools in the US, they had vending machines. And the contents of the vending machine directly related to the students' diet, positively or negatively depending on what was sold in them. Yes, it's true what my opposition said, that vending machines are very economically sound. However, there is no reason why we can't use them to promote healthy lifestyle choices rather than poor choices. Schools in the US that sell healthy options in their vending machines rather than poor options have much more positive resulting diets in their students. And every school with poor dietary options in their vending machine had less desirable results. It's all well and good to encourage intelligent thinking amongst our youth, but for the majority that have not yet developed the mental capacity to realise why the healthier long-term option is better than an instantly pleasurable option, we need to take steps to force their hand in the same way that we do for the immediate dangers of the schoolyard. For example, if a student is running down the hall, you tell them to stop or you punish them. Why? Because if they slip and fall or collide with another student, they are a danger to the safety of themselves and the safety of those around them. If a student is outdoors on a sunny day, do we not tell them to wear a hat if they're not wearing one for the potential risk of sunburn and skin cancer? If it was up to the students and their intelligent thinking, then they would take these risks because they don't know any better. It's up to us as adults to make their decisions for them when they are making foolish decisions that will be harmful to their health. And eating junk food to excess is harmful to their health. The only way to make absolute certain that they will not make this poor decision is to take the option away from them completely. In conclusion, yes, there are many ways to decrease the intake of junk food in our youth. Education and a healthy home life is extremely important, and we should do these things anyway. But the fact remains that the only way to be sure the intake will decrease and lower the percentage of obesity in this country is to remove the vending machines from the schools entirely. Thank you.
Blaming vending machines is simply a scapegoat to make excuses for the health and well-being of our country, and in particular the youth of our country. Through further education, we can give students the right to an informed choice of what they are eating. Although to go further into what is the cause of raising obesity rates which you blame on vending machines, we simply have to look at one of the most important factors influencing obesity, that being physical activity. Studies from the government-run website Healthy Kids shows that 89% of children aged 4 to 5 spend over 2 hours sitting in front of a screen every day. It states that during this time, children are more likely to eat high in fat and sugar foods and are less likely to participate in physical activity after, which leads to an increase in the risk of obesity amongst these age groups. This is also increased by the advertising that is being thrown at the children of this age group in the television shows that are being watched, which promote the consumption of these unhealthy foods. It is through the use of advertising on TV and increased sedentary behaviour, accompanied by what children eat at home and out of school, which is a real problem for our youth. Through all of these things that you have blamed the rising epidemic of obesity on junk food vending machines, the biggest flaw in your argument is that you act like the only food that is being consumed is the food that children buy from junk food vending machines. Through all of these things, you have blamed the rising epidemic of obesity on junk food machines. The biggest flaw in your argument is, though, that you act like the only food being consumed at school is that from junk food vending machines. This food is available for the children through these machines, yes, but it is also available to children in many other means outside and inside schools, such as in canteens, outside of the schools and universities in shops, at home and what they're bringing from home, and through their peers who have constant access to junk food with everywhere they go. This debate is also examined on the website debate.org, where the presence of vending machines in education facilities is addressed, and the reasons are strongly in favour, the results are strongly in favour of keeping vending machines, with 76% of responders agreeing with these arguments I have. In conclusion, although junk food vending machines are present in education systems throughout the country, the true reasons for the rising epidemic can't be fixed by the removal of junk food vending machines, this very small part of the puzzle. Through 1, education, to give children an informed choice. 2, proper examples being set at home. 3, increased exercise in and out of school. And 4, through the children's own will, that the dangers of obesity and problems associated with eating junk food will be reduced and eliminated. Through removing vending machines, we are simply turning a blind eye to what is truly the problem that you are talking about, and that is childhood obesity, which is caused by far more than vending machines in schools. If what you say is really true, and you want to fix the problem of obesity in schools, then first, all of you must address the issue of decreasing physical activities in schools. You have to increase the awareness of healthy eating and increase the nutrition of foods eaten at home. This is the way to reducing this issue, not removing vending machines, a financially stable and accessible option for food sales at schools and universities. Thank you.